Harvey, great to meet you. A couple of days since you've moved into the new training facility. How are you finding it?
It's good. It's like we've got our own little building now. You know, it was a bit frustrating before bringing your bags over and you had 2 bags full of stuff, you know, your shower stuff, your boots. It's nice to be able to come in somewhere and all be together as a team and be able to actually like leave stuff around. It feels like you're at home almost. Like it feels like it's your own place to be. Similar to County Road, but obviously a lot more modern and refreshed. Yeah, good.
I was going to ask, how big a difference can that make to have a space that you can now call your own here at the University of Hull?
Yeah, it's massive. Feels like you're coming somewhere to work. It doesn't feel like you're going somewhere random every day, and it's almost like having the sense of normality. You know, you can leave your boots here, you come in, your boots are there. You don't have to worry about, where's my boots? Packing your bag in the morning, you can just bring it all on a Monday and leave it here for the week. I think it's weird. It's hard to explain how much better it is without being able to experience it. But yeah, it is a massive bonus.
And having come through the system here yourself, what will it do for the younger academy players to be under the same roof as the first team here?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, being around the changing rooms with them. Obviously, there's not enough pegs. Like, there's not enough lockers for all of them. So it was kind of, I think a lot of them had a bit of a reality check where knocked them down a few pegs. I'd say, but it's good to be because you're still around them. They're still able to learn and watch and talk. So it is to all be around as a team. Like we say, it doesn't matter if you're young or old. As long as we're all together as a team, it benefits in the long run. So.
How much do you think it will benefit them when you think back to when you got the opportunity to first train with the first team back in 2021? What was that like for you, and how will it be for them?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking for me. I remember I walked in my first day and my locker was at the bottom, right at the bottom in the corner. I was being quite tall. It was quite annoying. And then next to me, up above, was Manu Mouse. So it was the first person I'd seen when I walked in with him. So it was quite nerve-wracking for me. But no, it's good because you just get the little conversations that you're able to tune in on, and when there's overhearing people talking, you can add a bit of your own, and then you start to create bonds and talk to people, and even like asking for deodorant. You know, you're getting to talking to people and you're getting to know each other, and it just opens up, makes everything better, the culture better, and everything else. Yeah.
I took you back to 2021. Last week, 2 years ago, you made your first team debut for Toulouse. Last Monday. How do you reflect on the 2 years since then?
I think it's not been a great 2 years for me, I'd say. I kind of debuted and felt like I had a good game, and then the game after that was a shocker. And then the game after that I did all right again. Then the game after that wasn't great either. And then I felt a lot of stick from the fan base, obviously, on Twitter and stuff like that. And then the year after I didn't play till later on in the year again. And then felt like I didn't put my best foot forward again because I was playing in reserves and doing well in reserves, going on loan, doing all right on loan, and then coming playing first team, and I felt like I was miles off it. Didn't feel like I fitted in, so it was quite tough. And then worked hard in pre-season and off-season and got myself in quite good shape, and I thought I've done all right this year. Been unlucky with injuries, but I feel like I've come on quite a big level from the last couple of years.
I was going to ask you about the injuries. Obviously you had that fractured skull early doors in reserves action. You come back against Cass, the senior team, and then a week later you fell an HIA.
Yeah, that was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, how frustrating is that?
It's annoying. Yeah, because the broken forward was a freak accident, and you can't help them in the game we play. So that happened, and honestly, it's weird to say because after the first night, once I found out it was all right, I was going to be all right, and then you go home. There was no pain. I didn't have any problems with it. It was just a case of waiting for it to heal and get back, which was the most annoying thing because I felt like I was fine, I was ready to go, but obviously the physios know best, and you've got to wait, and then you've got to go through the process of you can train, and then you can train with contact, and then you get to playing again, and then fair play to Grixie, threw me straight back in really once I was back fit. I then thought I'd played well against Cass, and then I was doing well against Huddersfield in the first half, and then just another head knock, and then obviously that was 2 in a short period of time, so it put me out for 21 days, I think, something like that, 28 days, something like that. So that was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but yeah, it's just something you got to get on with. But yeah,
you mentioned earlier on the criticism that you got during your first few games online and on social media. How much has that perhaps helped steel you this season during what has been a difficult campaign for the whole team so far?
I don't know. It depends how much you read into it. I think there's some players that go looking for the comments. I know I'm one of them. I do read the comments, and it doesn't faze me. I've always been taught don't let words hurt you, so it doesn't affect me. But I think it depends. Obviously, you need it's their own opinion, and when you're not playing well, it's fair. You can't ask them not to give them the opinion, but I think sometimes. With some of the players and some of the young lads coming straight in, I don't think they need all the stuff that they get, and then to read it's a bit hard. It did for me, especially I remember the first Wakefield game a couple of years ago, like we mentioned. I got a lot of stick for that, but it doesn't help anyone. It's your first game. It's not gonna you're not gonna read it and think that's great. But I don't know. It's hard. The criticisms are what it is. But, yeah.
Out of curiosity, the advice has always been for senior sports men and women is to not read what's said about you online. So why do you decide to go and look for it?
I don't know. I've always been someone that likes to know what's being said about, obviously, yourself and your team. So I've always been I've always liked the good comments. And then, obviously, with the good comments, you've got to take the bad comments. So I've always adapted myself to be able to take the bad stuff with the good stuff. So mainly you go looking for the good comments, and then the bad comments come with it, but that's just what it is. It doesn't affect me either way, good or bad, so yeah.
You mentioned it's been a frustrating season for you so far, but how proud have you been of the emergence of your best mate Lewis Martin getting a number of games this season?
Yeah, he's been good. He got thrown in last game of the year last year. I remember when Tony came up and told me, I was a bit annoyed about it because obviously I wasn't playing well that year anyway, but I felt like I was still my position anyway. Lou played and killed it, and I knew I had a big job to do because he was going to be ahead of me coming into pre-season, so I knew I had to get fitter, faster, stronger, but he did the same thing, so it was hard for me to catch back up with him. And then he just absolutely killed it this year. It's been hard to catch up, even now. I'm playing, but whenever I feel like I've had a good game, I feel like he's done just as good, if not better. So it's hard for me to... I'm waiting for him to have a bad game, but what's he on now? 18, 19 games, and he's not had one yet. So it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But at the same time, he's your best mate. And we've always talked. As long as one of us is in there playing, then we're fine. But yeah, it's good because someone to try and work towards, with a similar age, similar player almost. Yeah, so we're just trying to get to his level, really.
Is that what you're using in terms of balancing your own emotions? Because I'm sure there's a disappointment in terms of your own season and performances and lack of games, but then you can balance out seeing him doing so well. Is that how you're approaching it at the moment?
A little bit, but obviously I'd want to be in his position, playing all these games and scoring all the tries. But no, you've got to be happy for like I say, we're teammates, but we're competing with each other. But at the end of the day, as long as he's doing well and the team's doing well, then that's all you can wish for. But yeah, I'd want to be where he is, scoring the tries and playing all the games. That's where I'm trying to get to, working hard every day to try and get to where the starters are.
Other side of it is though that you've both played in the last two.
Yeah.
I asked Lewis about it last week, but what has it meant to you to both be playing and starting on the wing?
Yeah, it's good. We spoke about it coming into the season, saying that we just want to both be on the opposite. How good would it be if we were both on opposite sides? We know how each other play. We know how each other want to play. Like Lou wants to just run hard and straight, but I don't. So we kind of work together with figuring out how to do that. And I felt like with the induction of Moy as well, but we're all back three, us back three working together, moving the ball a lot, which helps us out. We're not quite as big, filled out as we should be yet, so it makes it a lot easier for us being able to play smarter instead of just being dumb one-out carries.
In terms of your friendship and when you first met, how much did that common ground of both coming from footballing backgrounds help you?
Yeah, we spoke about this because there's a group of us that are all good mates, and we don't remember ever actually the first time it just all happened. But we're very common. Me and Lewis, both played football. We both enjoy the same sports. We both enjoy the same hobbies and stuff like that. So it's quite strange. We're pretty similar. So we have a lot to talk about, and then obviously that easily comes on, translates to rugby when we can talk about rugby and we have the same opinions on rugby as well. So it's really easy. We just get on real well. So, yeah.
I've read that you're on Scunthorpe United's books at a young age. How long were you there for?
That was only a trial. I don't know how much that has come about. It was only a trial. I think had trials in a few places, and that was only a trial. But it was that was the same time when I was just started in the talent transfer programme at City of Hull. So I kind of shoved that to one side and carried on with the rugby. So never actually signed anywhere for football.
Are you a Hull City fan like Lewis, or do you support someone else?
Hull City fan.
First game of the season on Saturday.
Yeah, we just bought tickets then outside. Yeah, I mean Lewis just bought them then.
How are you? He didn't sound confident.
I'm not confident at all. No.
A few signings coming through the door. Though,
I know, but I don't. Like we just signed another keeper just then. I've seen, and he's not. I think we need more. We need goal scorers.
Yeah. We
need goal scorers and some wingers, but see how we get on.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Looking ahead in terms of yourself, you're locked down for 2025. The club took up that option earlier in the year. What are your hopes then for next year and beyond here at Hull FC?
Just to keep kicking on. I feel like I'll put a good foot forward this year, and then just going to take the rest of this year as it comes, and then have a big off season, get ready for next year. You know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be something different that we've not had for a couple of years. Just get myself physically ready for that. Try and impress John from the first day, and just see how it goes from there. Hopefully, want to be starting the season, but if not, then I'll just keep fighting, keep working hard, and try to get back in the team.
What do you feel that you've learned from this year that you can take into next season and try and show John that you've added to your game, either physically or mentally?
Just to be smarter, I think. You know, not just doing stuff for the sake of doing it. You know, having a reason why why I'm carrying the ball here, where I'm trying to get to, why I can help the team, not just for the sake of an extra carry on the tip sheet. Smarter in positioning, smarter in linking up and timing and everything like that. So I feel like really, and to be fair, it was down to Tony. You know, I learnt a lot from Tony while he was here. I think Lewis will say the same. And you see Darnell now even playing at Leigh, doing the stuff that Tony taught us. So it's Tony. We learnt a lot from Tony. But yeah, just being smarter, I think, would be the big thing.
Going from one head coach to the next, then got a lot out of Tony Smith. What Simon Griggs helped you with, and how proud are you of how he singled you and Lewis out after the weekend in terms of practicing what he's been preaching? Yeah,
it's been good with me, Griggsy. You know, when I came back from injury, he threw me straight in. And even when I came back from my second head knock, he just said, just be patient. You'll get a chance when it comes. And when it did, he didn't hesitate to play me, like all the young lads, to be fair. So as long as we play well and put effort in, that's the biggest thing that I don't think he can complain. But yeah, it feels like there's a weight lift off his shoulder playing with Griggsy. You know, he's played before, he knows what to expect, so you just try and do what you need to do your job.
And so sorry, the fans have stuck with you, particularly the younger players. What has that meant to you?
That's good. Like I say, it's hard to. Sometimes they take it a bit too far with some of the stuff, but the main stuff, it's good. You know, it's just playing for the badge, putting the effort in every week, and that's all you can ask for. You know, you can lose. If you turn up on the day and you get beat by the better team, you get beat by the better team. But if you're putting 100% effort in and playing for the badge and having some pride, then you don't really get faulted much.
Just finally, a couple more. In terms of the rest of this season, what are your own aims and the team's aims going through it down to bare bones at the moment of rugby?
Yeah, we're struggling at the minute. For me, personally, just trying to stay in. You know, finish the season, staying in, don't have a bad game and give them an excuse to take me out. That's my aim, just finish this season in the team. And then as a team, I think we're just trying to, you know, a couple more wins would be nice. But the main thing is just effort and making sure we're turning up for games and we're not shying away when it gets a bit tough, and making sure we're playing for the badge and putting the platforms in for next year and making sure that we're all together and finish well.
And in terms of the improvement that you've seen in recent weeks prior to the St Helens game, how do you make sure that doesn't go awry with all the injuries and suspensions that you've got?
I don't really know. I think it doesn't really matter who you are, what you're doing, or how much you're paid. If you've got the badge on, you just go out and just do your best. You know, 100% effort in every single thing. And then the results should come from that. You know, then you tweak the fine stuff. So it's hard at the minute with the numbers we've got, but it's an opportunity for everyone to put their hand up and show what they can do.
Harvey, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Harvey, confidence-wise, how much have you picked up this year, especially getting comments like you got on Saturday from Griggs, you know, just singling you out along with Lewis Martin, that must perk you up a little bit.
Yeah, massively. It's been good. Just to finally get a bit of recognition. Sometimes you feel like a bit forgotten when you're not playing, and when you get thrown in here and there, then you don't play for a few months, and then you get thrown in again, and then so it's nice to get a couple of games and get a bit of recognition for the work you've done.
Obviously, Grix's comments are all singled on hard work as well. So both you and Lewis taking those tough carries and getting sets rolling and working together. So it shows that you're putting what the coach is implementing into practice, which can only bode well for obviously your development and your future at the club.
Yeah, 100%. That's the hardest bit of the job, really. So if you get the carrying the ball hard well and you start doing well with that, the rest of it comes easy and you start helping the team out more. So if you get that going, so I've worked hard on doing that, like I say, working smart and not just going at the biggest guys and hoping that you might win the ruck. Playing together, using together, and getting to the right points.
John Cartwright, Richie Marley spoke at Q&A with him about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and he said that one thing he does like is big, tall, athletic players. Well, you and Lewis are exactly that, aren't you? So I think there's a big chance for you both to impress a new coach this pre-season. Yeah,
100%. Richie spoke to us about it, especially with Abdul coming in, like a good kicker of the ball, so he spoke to us about getting good under the high ball, both sides of the ball, because the sides that both have a little chip to the corner, and then should be a try every time, hopefully. But yeah, so we've both been working hard outside on getting that skill nailed down. I've seen Leigh scored a couple from doing it, scored one against Catalan. So we're just trying to work on what we need to work on at the minute. The stuff Lewis can do that I can't do, and the stuff I can do that Lewis can't do. So it's about putting them together like John will hopefully like the look of both of us. Yeah.
Obviously, there's still 7 games to go, but is there much focus on next year? Obviously, everything that's happened and the change, because there's been an abundance of change both coming in and coming out, so there must be a sense of excitement for what's to come next year.
Yeah, there is. You can feel it when as soon as Rich came in and he started putting his foot on stuff and signing people and stuff like that. You could really feel like the club's going somewhere. I feel like we hit rock bottom, and now we're doing a ways up, and I feel like we're going up. What Rich is doing, I think, is class.
Definitely going in the right direction. Squad feel that as a playing group?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like the energy's up. I feel like we're all together as a team. Obviously the results out there and we need to be better on that, but I feel like next year we're all real hopeful and ready to go.
Also, it's good rapport with you young lads as well. That's been there to see on the pitch this year. How important is getting that experience now to obviously set you up for the future and what's to come? Yeah,
massive, because you don't want to be losing every game and then getting beat, and then you don't know what it's like to win. So when it does get tough in them games, you don't know what it's like and you just roll over. So it's good to have them experienced heads in to give us that bit of experience that we need to get us over the line at the end, because a lot of us don't know what it's like to win at Super League. I think I've won 2 or 3 games, so massive.
Tom Briscoe then, obviously he's the experienced head in your position. How much, I asked Lou this question a few weeks ago, but what's it been like for you since he's come to the club? So obviously he's been there and done that, and he's played at highest level, international, won trophies, so what's he been like with you? Yeah,
he's class. He's just someone that, nicest bloke ever, really. He's go asking about anything, for any help you need, anything like that, but he's one of them people in the meeting room where if he talks, everyone listens. He's done it all, won it all, so he's one of them that if you need anything, you can talk to him, but he's not a scary bloke to talk to either. He's real laid back, chilled, but knows what he's on about as well.
Top man. Cheers, Harvey.
Cheers, mate.
Just the one from me. Obviously, you're still a young lad yourself, but you've been in the first team environment a couple of years now. I was just saying today how many young kids, academy products, are training in the first team. Have you had almost adapted your role to become a bit more of a senior figure to help them integrate into the picture? A
little bit, yeah. I still get a bit of stick when I say young lads, and then they all because I'm still classed as one, really. But yeah, I've always been one to kind of talk and be vocal within a group. So there's knowing when to talk and when not to talk for me. Sometimes I take it a bit too far and try and make everyone laugh and stuff like that, which I've been hammered about a bit by coaches. But it's, with the amount of young lads, you need to they need that middle ground. You can't just go straight from young lad to Danny Outman, who's played however many games. You need someone in the middle that can link together, I reckon, because otherwise it's just daunting. Like, I remember when I first went up, it was just straight young lad to older lads. There was no one to really talk to in between, so you don't end up talking much and getting much experience from them. But yeah.
When you stepped up, was it Mahe and Beretta then? on the wings.
Yeah, Mahe, Beretta, yeah.
As players, they're completely different to you, aren't they, in terms of wingers?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's hard. You don't really get wingers like that anymore. The big boulders, yeah. Especially when you're young coming through, you're not really built like that. So you don't really. Yeah, I couldn't really go talk to them about stuff in my game because we're completely different players. So yeah.